Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, Dubai List 21, although it's actually Dubai List 22, set in Dubai and supplied to us today by Paul Anderson, 37. So moving on to our briefing, 47 wants to finish everyone in Dubai. And moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location. We're going to have a remote micro taser stored up in the atrium toilets, and we'll be bringing with us a Seeker 1 in a briefcase, a lethal syringe, and a silent pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, our first elimination is a rather tricky one. So to start off, we're going to make our way around towards the penthouse entrance or reception area, and our first target is located in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to lure them around towards the lift shaft. So we're just going to run past the vulture into the waiting area. Here is our target. Now he is an electrocution elimination, so we need to get him over to the atrium toilets. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly throw our briefcase on the floor here, and that will get our target's attention, and when he comes around to investigate, we can then shoot him in the back with our Seeker 1. So here he comes now. He will get sick and he will make his way to the atrium toilets, and he's going to take the long way. We are going to go around the only way we can, and we are going to get there ahead of him, and we're going to go and collect our remote taser, and we can then start setting up for his arrival. So we're just going to head straight into the atrium toilets, into the first cubicle, retrieve our micro taser, make our way into the cubicle next door and drop the taser on the floor by the sink. And this is where the tricky part comes in, because when our target joins us, we are going to render him unconscious, take his outfit, we're going to then electrocute him and vacate the cubicle as quickly as possible. But that does mean that the gentleman outside the cubicle will be able to look in, and if he spots the body before it is electrocuted, we could very well lose our silent assassin rating. So once our target finally joins us, we're going to follow him into the cubicle, render him unconscious, grab everything he drops, take his outfit. We're going to retrieve our briefcase as well, and let's just try and get him a bit better into where the puddle is going to be. I think that's about as good as we're going to get. Once we picked up our briefcase, we are going to select and trigger our taser. We're then going to overflow the sink, and we're going to very quickly vacate the area so we're not auto caught in the blast or the electrocution, and our target hopefully gets eliminated rather quickly before the housekeeping staff member spots the guy, which we managed to get away with. So the tricky part is now over and done with. So all that's left for us to do is to start setting up for our other eliminations. So we're going to make our way up to the reception area of the penthouse. We're just going to render the guard outside the security office unconscious, and we're going to quickly get him into the closet provided, and he is no longer in our way, as we are going to be eliminating 1 or 2 guys in this area. So what we're going to do is take our briefcase, and we are going to return back down underneath the reception area, and we are going to drop our briefcase in full view of one of our guard targets here, and it looks like it's going to be the injection target. So we're going to make our way back up to the security office corridor, and up here the guard will bring the briefcase on his way to the weapons locker, and we are going to be ready and waiting for him. So we're just going to make our way back up to the corridor outside of the security office. We're going to select our lethal syringe and we're just going to check up on our target, and he is bringing us our briefcase. I just want to make sure that he is the correct target. As you can see, we do also have another guard removing our first target, who will also come this way. So we need to get this done relatively quickly. So we're just going to quickly jab our target here in the back with our lethal syringe. He will go down rather gracefully. We're going to collect up the gun that he drops. We'll leave him there and we'll retrieve our briefcase. And then we are going to make our way back down into the waiting area underneath the reception. And we're going to deal with this young lady next. So she is a accident drowning, so easy enough. We'll just shoot her in the back with the Seeker 1. She will get sick and she will make her way to the now empty atrium toilet cubicle. And we are going to make our way, just like we did before, around the more public area and down into the foyer, and we're going to await the arrival of the young lady. And our other target up out by the security office has now been found and will be getting cleared away, leaving that area free for us to work in again. So once the young lady joins us and enters into the cubicle, we can give her a nice refreshing cold drink, and hopefully that will help her feel a little bit better. It will definitely stop her feeling sick. So once we are now 3 targets down, we're going to go back up again. There's a lot of backwards and forwards in this one. It is a very tricky one to do. So next we are going to target the guard outside of the penthouse reception area. So we're going to take one of the guns that we've dropped and we're going to drop it on the floor, and that will get the attention of hopefully our target. If not, the other guard will come and take the gun away. Luckily enough, we have another spare, either the Seeker 1 or one of the guns we've collected. And when the first guard, our non-target guard, takes that first gun away, we will just go ahead and drop another one because we are clumsy. And that one will get the attention of our target, who also will take the gun away to the nearby weapons locker. And all we're going to do then is make our way up to the corridor where we injected our other guard target, and we're going to wait for the first guard, the non-target guard, to finish putting away his weapon, or our weapon, and he will go back to his position. And then when our target comes back from the weapons locker, we can deal with him accordingly, and no one will be the wiser. So the first target, the first guard is now in the security room, and he should be already on his way back. So all we have to do is wait out in the corridor here. There comes our non-target guard. He's going to go straight past us. Lovely jubbly. We're just going to close those doors behind him, or wait for them to close. Either way, doesn't matter. We're going to place our briefcase in the corridor here. That's just to slow down and distract our target when he comes back out. We're going to position ourselves by the doors with our pistol in hand and ready. So when our target exits the security office, we're going to close the doors behind him. There we go. We can then turn around and we can plant 2 in our target's back, and that will deal with him accordingly. We can leave him there, and we can now make our way on to our final target, who is back underneath the reception area. And we are simply going to shoot him in the back of the head, preferably with 1 shot, not 2. That will do nicely. We are now all targets dealt with, so all that's left for us to do after this overly complicated way of dealing with these 5 targets is to make good our escape. And the nearest available safe exit will be the atrium elevator's exit. So there we go. I made a bigger meal out of that than needed to be, but we did manage to eliminate all of our targets according to plan. We had no objectives to worry about, and in turn we still managed to gain ourselves a Silent Assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.